What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Guys, it's happening. A modern woman says, listen, all my friends are chronically single. I hate to say this. What does she hate to say? Well, she's saying we're going to have to lower our standards or none of us are ever going to get married. It's getting bad out here. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. Let's get it.
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. Before you go crazy on me, just hear me out. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family, but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families.
But they're on TikTok getting brainwashed and forced tea down their throats. Let's keep listening.
I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2".
Sounds about right.
I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your dreams. No, I've had girlfriends tell me like, oh my God, no, he's great, this and that, like, but I can't do a short king. So you're telling me you found a guy that's like not bad looking.
Right.
Has a great job with benefits, like financially stable.
Right.
Comes from a great family.
Right.
And you can't do it because his legs aren't long enough. Like, you are out of your minds.
That's pretty funny because his legs aren't long enough. No, this is the truth, man. We are watching this, man. Front row seat here on the Coffee Pod. Let's check out some of these comments in response to that. This comment just says it's not lower your standards. It should be have realistic standards. Yes. Not every woman deserves a man that is in the 1%. There are only so many of those men available. Most women do not qualify. I mean, how many times do we have to have this repeated explanation and conversation? Bottom line, what we're just realizing is and accepting is that they just don't want to listen. Okay. Sit back and watch. Somebody else here says, good luck getting ladies to hear this. Yep. Somebody else here added, actions have consequences. Yep. Somebody else here says, realistic standards is key. Too many high inflated self-assessments. Here's an actual chick who is complaining about exactly this. And this is how I'm seeing more and more and more of this type of video. It's captioned, top 5 most annoying things people tell me as a chronically single 30-year-old. Let's check it out.
Here are my top 5 most annoying things that people say to me as a chronically single 30-year-old as I get ready for my 10th baby shower of the year. Okay, so number 1 has to be, it will happen when you're not looking. Have you seen it out there? There is not much to look at, okay? I'm certainly not looking. I don't know if I need to be blindfolded and take some extra measures, but I promise you, I'm not looking. Number 2, which is contradictory to number 1, you have to put yourself out there. And it's always followed up with, have you tried dating apps? No, Karen, I've never thought of that foreign concept before. And let me just say, the dating apps aren't it, okay? You know the leftovers that you have in the fridge that you forgot about from 2 weeks ago that are all the way in the back? That's what's on dating apps. There's nothing to look at. I also just say that I travel a lot. Like, I am gone in a new city almost every weekend. I'm out there and screaming for the rooftops if you look at the rest of my TikTok.
No men to be found. It's looking thin out here for the chicks who've hit that epiphany phase and are searching.
I am single, I am 30, and I am waiting for a husband. Can't say looking because I'm supposed to not be looking. Number 3 is always funny because I could tell it's like a pity one. You're so young. No, you still have so much time. I'm 30. If I wait any longer, my friends' kids will be old enough to date me. I don't have time. No, I don't. Barely got any left. It's fine. Number 4, date older. And when they say date older, you know that they mean like 10 years older, right? So now we're looking at a 40-year-old man that's single, probably hasn't been married yet, and they want me to date him, date older. Does anybody else see the red flags there? 40, never married, still single. No, I don't think dating older is gonna work, but thank you for your unsolicited advice. And then number 5, don't settle. Well, Linda, I wouldn't have made it this far if I planned on settling, now would I have?
You heard that? I wouldn't have made it this far if I planned on settling. What does that mean? There've been men who've shot their shot. They've been there, but her standards were too high. She didn't want to settle. Let's hear it. If you didn't hear it, catch it.
Solicited advice. And then number 5, don't settle. Well, Linda, I wouldn't have made it this far if I planned on settling, now would I have? Someone, for the love of God, please help me.
All right. So that's that. Let's check out some responses to that video. First comment here says, you need to love yourself first, as if the people that married their high school sweethearts were more enlightened at 15 than I am at 33. So let me read that correctly, because this person's making fun of the people who give women like this advice. They'll say things like, you need to love yourself first. And she's like, wow, like you think that's going to fix anything? They're out here struggling, man. They're out here struggling. Shouldn't have been so picky, in my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a guy. Somebody else here says this is also accurate. They say this while happily in a relationship. Oof. Somebody else here added, hi, 31 here. Honestly, that whole it'll find you when you least expect it BS, because every time I've ended up in a toxic relationship, I'm good. Traveling and being a cat mom sounds divine. Cat mom sounds divine. Cannot make this shit up. Somebody else here says, chronically single, 36 years old. I honestly stopped looking. Now I stay at home with my dogs, read and travel by myself. She responded and says, honestly, sounds like the dream life. LOL. Here's somebody else who says, OMG, I feel this way as a 29-year-old. Here's somebody else who, she's saying 29-year-old like she's young. In the dating market, you're up there. You're up there. Here's the creator responded back and says, we in this together, sis. Here's somebody else who says, also chronically single at 30. But you know what, ... Being single at this age is better than being in a loving marriage and having kids you don't want, just because there's this expectation. Yeah, anybody who thinks like this, like if you believe you're better off single, then you probably are better off single. You probably don't need to be in a marriage. Marriage takes too much work. Marriage takes selflessness. And if you spent the majority of your life just focused on you and not learning to work and live with somebody, you're better off by yourself. Somebody else here says 8 billion people on the planet, and I've accepted that there's no one out there for me. It's just me and my cat against the world. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Listen, as always, I'm curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.